Mr. Sanchez, are these defendants related to you?
They're not.
Even though you have the same last name, they're not related to you.
They're not related.
What's your first name, Mr. Sanchez?
Frank M. Sanchez.
Do you mind if I call you Frank to differentiate between you and the Sanchezes?
That's fine.
Good.
Thank you.
According to your complaint, Frank, you were going to drop off your girlfriend's child to her ex-husband's house.
Yes, ma'am.
Her ex-husband lives at the Sanchez's house. They rent him a room. What?
He does not live with us. He lived with my daughter, which lives behind me in the next block.
He lives with their daughter, who lives at the next block. Whatever. You were going to their house to drop off your girlfriend's child so that the father could either visit with the child or babysit. I don't know, and I don't care the reason why. And it is your claim that when you went to their house, you were assaulted by them.
Correct.
You were assaulted with a weed whacker.
That's right.
Which is a metal thing that's used to kill weeds.
Correct.
Mr. and Mrs. Sanchez say that you provoked this whole incident, and in addition, they seem to think that it's sometime previous to that or after that, you...
Hold on, pause the tape right there. Did he just say a weed whacker? We have officially entered the twilight zone of neighborly disputes. So let's break this down. The sheer unadulterated madness of this setup. Frank is just trying to do a standard child drop-off with his girlfriend's ex, but the ex is renting a room from these other Sanchezes who apparently decided to moonlight a lawn care vigilante. Mr. and Mrs. Sanchez are countersuing Frank because they think he broke their truck windows. Their evidence, well, he had a motive and someone who looks like him ran away. No fingerprints, no videos, just vibes. This is classic red flag number 1. Using wild, unproven accusations to justify physical retaliation. But let's keep watching to see what happens.
You broke the windows in their truck, but they don't have any proof of that, according to what I read in their countersuit. They just think that you did that because you had a motive to do it and somebody matching your description was seen leaving the scene. You don't have much of a case on your counterclaim, Mr. Sanchez. I tell you that right now, because you need more proof than that. But let's talk about this assault. What day did it happen?
October 19.
And what were you doing that day?
Okay, my girlfriend called...
Girlfriend, raise hand.
Girlfriend Margarita called Guillermo, which at the time...
Guillermo, raise your hand. You're the father. Is that right?
Yeah, this is right.
You're the father with either the right or left hand. You can't confuse me. You're still the father. Okay. Put your hand down now. Go ahead.
Yeah, called Guillermo, and he asked Margarita, my girlfriend, if she can take little Guillermo Jr. to Rosa Sanchez's home because Guillermo was there at the time. And the reason we took the baby is because every other weekend he gets the kids. So we took him October 19, approximately 9 in the morning. My son and myself were in the car. Margarita got off the car and walked the baby about halfway Rosa Sanchez's yard. Started walking back to the car.
Well, where'd you leave the baby?
With the Guillermo received the child.
Who's Guillermo?
Guillermo Loza.
Did you get your child?
Yeah.
So you took possession of your child?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we got that far.
At the time that Margarita was walking towards the car, Rosa Sanchez came running towards Margarita and started yelling, "I'm not responsible. I'm not going to be responsible for those kids." So Margarita was getting ready to get the car. At that time, Rosa Sanchez came over to the other side, started yelling and telling me, accusing me of breaking a window. I turned off the car, opened up the door. I was in between the door and the car, one hand on the rail of the window, 1 foot in the car, 1 foot out of the car, standing in this position. When suddenly her husband, Jesus Sanchez, just out of nowhere comes, moves Rosa out of the way, and hits me with the weed whacker, knocks me down almost unconscious. I was in the ground. He was still hitting me while I was in the ground. Then Guillermo Loza came over. Now there was 2 against me.
This Guillermo
Loza, yes, ma'am.
Where'd you put the baby when you went over to him?
Inside in the house?
Stand up a second. Stand up. So you put the baby inside the house, and then you went outside to see what was going on?
Yeah.
And when you got outside, what did you see?
I see Frank argued with Rosa, and Jesus Sanchez defended Rosa.
How did he defend her? With the weed whacker?
Yeah,
So he hit him with the weed whacker.
yeah, because I don't know who started.
You don't know
that.
who started it. All you saw is Mr. Sanchez hit him with the weed whacker.
Yeah.
Sit down. Were you hurt when you were hit with the weed whacker?
Yes, ma'am, I got pictures.
I'd like to see the pictures, please.
I was also...
Shh. Okay, now tell me your version of the events.
Okay, Frank called me on Friday night and told me that he was going to bring Guillermo's son so I could take care of him. And I told him that I would not watch him because I already had my 2 children and his 2 children. He said, where was Guillermo? I said, Guillermo was helping my husband clean the building that we clean, and that I was not going to watch him. And he says, look, whether you like it or not, you're going to watch this kid. I'm bringing him to you right now. I told him, don't come to my house because I'm not going to receive that child. I don't want no more children. I have no more responsibility of any more children. I left the house because at that point I had Margarita's 2 little girls with me. And when the little girl came out of the bedroom, when she heard me arguing with him on the phone, she came crying and she said, let's go, because he will come and he will do something to us because at home he has guns under the bed.
All right, go
Okay.
ahead. I'm not listening to what you say the child said to you.
Okay, so then we left and then we came back and then he came and he pounded at my door for several minutes and I did not open the door.
Did you go to her house that evening, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You did?
But,
Just answer my question. You
Yes,
went to
ma'am.
her house that evening.
yes, that was October 18, approximately 8:30.
Fine, go ahead.
Okay, that night at 11:30 when they got home from cleaning the building that we cleaned, we heard noises on the side of the house and we went out and we seen a gentleman at the same frame as him and everything running away from our car.
All right, that's on what you base the fact that he broke your
Yes.
car windows. It's not enough proof, Mrs.
Okay,
Sanchez.
well, the next day she calls and says that she's going to bring the child over and I told him, tell her not to bring the child.
What's it your business?
It's not, baby. I didn't want the child at my house.
I don't care whether you want him or not. The only reason that she was calling you is because he was there. Listen to me carefully, madam. He has a responsibility to his 3 children, not to clean your husband's buildings, not to clean up your yard, not to clean up your house, not to clean up anything else of yours. On the weekends when he's supposed to be a father to his children, he's supposed to be a father to his children. And if you elect to have him clean rather than be a father to his children, then you can babysit for his children. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You get it?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Very good.
Oh, look at the facial expression on the defendant's face. They are physically squirming right now because Judge Judy just exposed their entire operation. Let's analyze the behavior here. Mrs. Sanchez is claiming she didn't want the kid at her house because the father was supposed to be a helping husband, clean a building. But wait, the husband in question is supposed to have custody of his kids this weekend. Judge Judy sees right through this hustle. The Sanchezes are using this deadbeat dad for cheap off-the-books labor on his custody weekends, actively keeping him from parenting his children. He's highly manipulative. They get a free and cheap cleaner, and then the dad gets to avoid his parental duties and the kids are left in the dust. Who does that? But let's keep watching because I really want to know how this verdict is going to end, even though I already know how it's gonna.
To see to it that the mother of his children, who has 3 children all the time, has a break Saturday and Sunday. Quiet. That's his job. And you're interfering with that, you and your husband, if you've got him doing work for you on the weekends when he's supposed to be taking care of his children. You understand? Just in case you think you're right, you're wrong. What you're supposed to say is, this has nothing to do with me. He's available to take care of his children. And you say to him, Guillermo, your former wife is coming over with your children. You better stop doing my yard work, stop cleaning out my basement, stop cleaning out my buildings, because your responsibility is to take care of your children now. Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect. Go ahead.
So then he brings the child over, and she just pushes the child into my yard and walks away.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie because Guillermo just told me she handed him the baby. He took the baby inside the house, and then he came outside the house. When I read the answer here, Mrs. Sanchez, what you say in your answer was outrageous. What Just saying the answer is that he took the baby, dropped the baby off in the middle of the grass, and walked away. And you're following him saying, don't leave the baby there, I'm not taking care of him. Well, that's a lie. That's not what happened. What happened is the mother of the child handed the child to the father of the child, and you got involved. And the reason you two people got involved is because you thought that he had broken your truck windows the night before. And he may have done that. I'm not saying he didn't do it. You don't have proof, but that doesn't mean he didn't do it. Doesn't give you the right to hit him with a weed whacker, sir. Doesn't give you the right to hit him with a dangerous instrument and cause him the kind of injury that you did. You understand? And that you're responsible for. He may be a hothead. Are you living with him?
With Frank?
Yes.
Yes.
Stand up. Over here. I didn't call for you.
I need an interpreter.
I'm the interpreter.
Okay. Good. You live with Frank?
Yes.
How many children do you have?
3.
How long have you lived with Frank?
Almost 2 years.
Who are you going to interpret for?
Oh, okay.
Good. Sit down. Does Frank support the children?
Yeah.
What about their father?
He don't pay child support. He don't help me in nothing.
Does he work for Mr. and Mrs. Sanchez?
I don't know.
Does he work for you?
No, he doesn't.
So he was just doing these things as a favor for you in your house?
Well, I watch his. That week, I had watched. My sister had watched his kids for him. He was just over at the house. He wasn't helping us do the yard, man.
Listen
he was
to
just
me.
there.
No, that's not what you told me before. You told me he was working in the yard, and the day before he was cleaning out your husband's buildings, right? Mm-hmm. I'm speaking to you, so you're going to answer me. So, you mean he was just doing that as a favor for you, or do you pay him?
No, I do not pay him. He was just there. He was just helping my husband. It's an hour job, ma'am.
Mrs. Sanchez, I don't believe that you're not paying him. I believe that you pay him. Or I believe that you give him this in exchange for room and board when he's living with your daughter. I mean, the fact that you may not report the money that you give him is a whole other story. Mrs. Sanchez, do we understand each other?
I don't have a business. We work at a school, and he went to help my husband because I didn't go in that night.
Work at a school doing what?
Cleaning.
Good, so your husband gets paid for that?
Yes.
You mean to tell me that this young man goes to clean with him, your husband gets paid, but your husband doesn't share his pay with him?
It was just that one night, ma'am. He doesn't go with him all the time.
Mrs. Sanchez, we're playing with each other. Because if he's not working for you or with you or helping you and your husband, then he should be out helping clean other people's property so that he can pay child support. Do you understand what I'm saying, sir?
Yes.
I thought you might understand what I'm saying. You can't hit him, because what he's doing is he's supporting his 3 children.
He pushed me, ma'am.
I don't believe you. I don't believe that he pushed you. I believe maybe he shoved you. That doesn't warrant your husband hitting him with a dangerous instrument. And the reason it happened was because you were angry, because you thought he broke your windows the day before. That's what happened. It's easy. It's as clear as the day. You can't do that. And you have no right to interfere with his parental responsibility to take care of his children, because these people are entitled to a couple of days every other week without little children to take care of so that they can have a little bit of freedom, and he's got to take care of his kids, right?
Right.
Now he lives with your daughter.
He doesn't live with her anymore.
But he used to?
But as roommates, not as boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, fine. That's even
She
better.
rented
They were
him a-
roommates.
Yes.
Well, what did he use to pay his share of the rent?
He works construction, ma'am.
He does.
Yes,
he
he
works
does.
construction. If he works construction, how come he's not paying child support?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I
Does
thought
he
he
work
was.
construction off the books or on the books?
On the books, ma'am.
Really? What's the name of the company he works for?
I don't know.
Stand up. What's the name of the company you work for?
For framing?
Framing?
No.
Now we need
Yes.
the interpreter. We're going to get you some child support, madam.
Thank you.
What's the name of the company? Because I'm going to call them. Make sure you give me the right information.
Framing.
Ma'am, every time he goes to different stories
He
like
goes
that.
to different sites.
Yeah.
But it's framing. You're framing houses, right?
Yes.
You
Yes.
get fake cash.
Shh. I'm way ahead of you, sir. How long have you been working for framing?
1 year?
April 15th passed this past year. You know what April 15th is?
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't understand.
Taxes.
Oh, taxes? No agarro taxes.
I don't do taxes.
Everybody does taxes.
Todos hacen los impuestos.
I want to explain something to you, sir.
Señor, no se le quiere explicar algo a usted.
Construction pays very well.
La construcción paga muy bien.
And based upon what you just told me,
A lo que usted me acaba de decir,
you are one of the very, very lucky people that works in this country and doesn't pay any taxes.
trabaja en este país y no paga impuestos.
You also don't pay any child support.
Paga la manutención de los
That is a
niños.
very, very foolish thing.
Eso es algo muy mal.
It's even more foolish when you decide to come as a witness in a case that's going to be seen by 10 million people.
Que personas lo van a ver más de 10 millones de personas.
We understand each other?
¿Lo estamos entendiendo?
Yes.
So if I were you, I would be very, very smart.
Yo sería muy inteligente.
And every single week I would take $200 in cash
Yo llevaría $200 en efectivo
and give it to the mother of your children.
y se lo daría a la madre de sus hijos.
En eso estamos de acuerdo la señora madre y yo, puesto que
The
yo
mother
le,
and I-
yo le ayudo a ella en efectivo.
Came to an agreement with that as I pay her cash.
How much do you give her in cash,
¿Cuánto le
sir?
da en efectivo, señor?
$250 cada 15 días.
$250 every 15 days.
When was the last time you gave her
¿Cuándo fue la última vez que le dio
$250, sir?
Del mes pasado,
Last month,
para que pagara la renta.
What day last month?
so that she could pay the rent. ¿Qué día?
Yo, el 8,
The 8th.
The 8th of what month?
El 8 de
March
cada
or
mes.
April?
Marzo, abril,
marzo.
March.
Well, now it's April
Ahora.
30th.
Estamos al 30 de abril.
So if you gave her money March
usted le dio
8th
dinero el 8
and you give
de
her
marzo,
$250 every 2 weeks, a lot of 2 weeks went by without you giving her any money, sir.
Mucho tiempo sin que usted le diera dinero, señor.
Sí, pero ella vivía en un apartamento con
Yes,
una
but-
señora.
She lived in an apartment with a lady,
Entonces ella se cambió a vivir con Frank Sánchez.
and then she moved in with Frank Sanchez.
What difference does that make for you payments
¿Qué
of
diferencia
child
tiene que ver
support?
eso que usted dé la manutención de los niños?
What I'm suggesting to you, sir, it would be very, very beneficial for you,
Beneficiaría mucho a usted.
really beneficial,
Realmente muy beneficioso.
if every 2 weeks, like clockwork, she got in her hand $250.
En su mano reciba
Do you understand me?
$250. ¿Me entiende usted?
Yes.
Not playing around, not fooling around. Doesn't make any difference who she's living with. Your 3 children have to eat.
Sus hijos tienen que
They have to have clothes. They have to go to the doctor. They have to drink milk. They have to go out to eat at McDonald's every once in a while.
darnos de vez en
Do you understand that?
¿Me entiende?
Yes.
And your $125 a week for 3 children
Para 3 niños
isn't doing it.
no lo está haciendo.
So you have a responsibility.
Una responsabilidad.
Just think of all the money you're saving in
De
taxes.
todo el dinero que está ahorrando.
We understand each other?
¿Estamos entendiendo?
Yes.
Sit down.
Siéntase.
Thank you.
You injured him. You had no right to injure him, whether you like him or whether you don't like him, whether he's a nice man or whether he's not a nice man. You hurt him with the weed whacker. You understand that, sir?
Yes,
And it was not the right thing to do. You understand that?
yes.
And you got to pay for that because he was injured. What your wife told me was a lie. What she wrote in the papers were a lie. Child was delivered to his father. He was leaving. Your wife decided to have an argument with him because she thought he broke windows. You intervened and hit him over the head with a dangerous instrument. And for that, you got to pay. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all. Counterclaim is dismissed. That's it. Goodbye.
I am literally screaming at my screen right now. This man really thought he could come on national TV and brag about tax evasion and dodging child support? Talk about a massive backfire. Gil Merrill stands up there proudly admitting he works construction off the books, doesn't file tax, and doesn't pay official child support because he allegedly gives cash. He claims he gives $250 every 15 days, but when Judge Judy presses him on the date, his math immediately falls apart. He hasn't paid her since March, and it's almost May. The sheer audacity of showing up as a witness to help your shady landlord only to expose your own financial fraud to 10 million viewers is a level of delusion we rarely see. This trap is fully sprung. Not only did the landlords lose their minds and assault a man with garden tools, but they also just got their favorite off-the-books worker audited on television. Now, I really love how Judge Judy wrapped this whole case up, and man, is giving like butterflies in my tummy. So, see you guys in the next court case.